Zabdil Collazo, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Not much, chilling, man. I'm on my break. But anyhow, yesterday we kind of touched the subject on distractions and stuff, and we didn't really have enough time to finish that subject. So I was thinking like you said, we continue that discussion. What do you think?
Yeah, we can do that. And just a little side note, something that I realized in the last video, when
Mm.
I was watching it, and I say, you know what you mean, or you know what I mean a lot, and I had to stop saying that, especially whenever we go on live, because it sounds goofy, but
Yo, I used to say like in every sentence, bro.
oh, I, I say that too a lot. I say that too a lot. So
I used to be
I
like,
just
you
had
know what
to
I'm talking
start.
about? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, look, at least you noticed it. You know what I'm saying? You watched the video, you noticed it. And public speaking is another thing that we have to improve on as well. It's really important to be able to speak in front of an audience, not just on live, but like in front of an audience. If you get called out, especially in school or something like that. I mean, some people take the class. I did take the class. That helped me a lot as well. So that's another thing that you can use or do to improve your communication skills, because communication is key, bro. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Doesn't matter what you do, what field you go in. You're gonna need to be able to communicate, and when I say communicate powerfully, to be able to be understood, to be able to be taken with respect. Like, here goes the like again that I just said. Okay, but we can't keep saying things like um like as men, not even just as men, as a person, to be able to have that authoritative voice, we have to be firm on what we say, and it has to come out once and come out right the first time. That makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. No, you're right.
And
I do want to get to a point where I'm like speaking like proper, complete proper English, and it sounds like good. You know what I mean? And I don't say, "Look, here I go." I said
I mean,
again.
it's
You know
not
what I mean? Without
improper. It's
saying,
not
without
improper English. It's
I just don't want to. I want to sound good. Most people don't really know how to talk. Most people talk like how I'm talking right now. I would say, "What do you mean?" Like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And it's just it's not really like it's not professional. It doesn't sound good. So I want to be able to talk. I want to stand out by the way I talk. You know what I mean? Because I sound eloquent, elegant, or whatever the word is. You know what I mean? And
sophisticated.
yeah, exactly.
That's that,
English,
but that
English is not our first language, right? But that's not an
right,
excuse. That's not an excuse. You know what I mean? So
definitely 100%.
but it's something that we need to work on, and we need to get better at. It's just speaking
No,
good.
I totally and 100% agree, and not just us, but like I was saying earlier, as young men all over the world, is something that we need to improve on, because as a man, we need to be able to stand out. It doesn't matter if it can be like when you walk into a room. It doesn't even have to be about women, but like when you walk into a room as a man, we need to have a certain we need to project a certain energy that makes either the people respect us or feel who we are. And it's not something that's going to happen overnight, just like how we talked about investment, how we talked about becoming a superior man. It's not just going to happen overnight. It's something that we will achieve with success, happiness, and all that good stuff. We have to go through it, experience. These are things that we learn as we grow, and these are things that later on in life we will be able to project. But as of right now, as long as we understand, or as long as what we need to work on, as long as you know what you lack, and as long as you actually reflect, because most people actually wouldn't care enough to reflect to understand that they actually make those mistakes, or they wouldn't want anybody else to tell them that that's actually a mistake, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think knowing how to speak correctly, and knowing how to like communicate efficiently is very important, especially uh, like when you're in a in a social setting. You know what I mean? And
All right,
that also,
100%.
like you were saying, makes you sound knowing how to speak properly makes you look or be more dominant. You know what I mean? Or you sound better. You can be more assertive just by the way you talk. Does that make
Right,
sense?
right, and I'm glad you brought the look part as well because that's a lot. That's another thing that we neglect as men, and see, women have a better understanding of that than we do. Women always try to look as best they can wherever they go, and we have it in our minds, or it's been instilled in our minds that oh, as a man, it doesn't matter how you look, this and that. But ultimately, it's about first impressions. Everything is about first impressions in life. So how you dress can, impact how other people see you ultimately. And it's a reality that nobody likes, but it's still a reality, So it's not something we can just brush off just because we don't like it. It's not I don't remember if it was Myron or who said this, but standards or expectations are not like a buffet of choices that we get to choose what we want or what benefits us and choose not to take what doesn't benefit us. We have to be well-rounded individuals, so it doesn't matter. It's not just looks, it's not just how we speak, it's not just our purpose, but everything all around, family
Yeah.
orientations and all that good stuff. But yes, I agree 100%.
It's the
But
overall.
no,
Oh,
right, overall, right, right. And speaking of yesterday's subject, the distractions, um, that's one thing that actually gets us more distractions. If you understand what I'm saying. So as far as knowing how to communicate, knowing when to keep quiet, would help us also avoid the distractions because a lot of us just get distracted just because some people are talking and we don't know what they're even talking about, and we decide to get involved in that conversation. If that makes sense. We don't know
like
what the subject is.
like being noisy or something.
Nosy in a way, but that's something that's also not good for us as young men and women, I guess, of our generation. And that's one thing that we have to also improve on. See, me personally, I try to stay out of anything that does not directly concern me or brought up to my attention directly by someone else to get my opinion on it, on the matter. If it's something that doesn't involve me, doesn't require my attention or opinion, I keep it pushing. And we need to be able to do that a lot more often because as men, that's how we'll be taken seriously.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. I think that's a.
Because
Go ahead, my bad.
I hate this lighting, bro. I don't want to do bro talks at nighttime, bro. I hate this lighting, bro. I'm literally having to use my car like nah. Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those
We gotta do it. We gotta do it when we can, cause we be we be working, bro. So what I mean. It
you're
is what
right,
it is.
right, you're right though. But that's part of that's part of the goals and wanting trying to get where we need to go to. So you're right, we can't make excuses too, So whatever we got to do to get to where we need to be is what we need to do. I agree 100%.
Yeah. You gotta.
But what do you think about like as far as what we talked about yesterday, as far as distractions are concerned? What do you think are like our biggest distraction when it comes to preventing us from getting to the goal? Not just yourself, but in general as men, like as young men our age.
In general, number one biggest distraction is the same thing I was saying yesterday. Is women. If we focus, me and men in general focus too much on just trying, you know, going after girls, trying to have sex with all these girls, etc. You know what I mean? You're chasing ass instead of chasing uh, gold and money. I think that's the biggest distraction. Another thing that also I think is also it's not a distraction, but it can hold us back is the lifestyle creep. This is something that I also, talking for myself, right? Something that I also need to work on because, um, like, as I make more money, sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to get this car. I'm trying to get the scat, I want the Hellcat. So it's kind of like it's hard. It's hard to like as you make more money, it's hard to like okay, I'm making more money now. I need to save up more money. I need to invest more money, right? And I
Right,
need to wait and not get this car right now because I don't really need a scat bag right now. You know what I mean? I don't need a Hellcat or a nice car, whatever it is, right? I right now I need to build, right? I need to build this foundation. I need to get these goals, right? Stack up this money, right? So then later on, 5 years down the road, when I'm like 30, right? then I got all this money stacked up, and then I can actually enjoy like the fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? And I can provide for my family and whatnot. So I think that's another thing that uh, is
So
also can hold us back. Is
priorities,
yeah, yeah,
priorities, basically,
yeah.
right?
It's
And
but
I would have to agree with that 100%, just because a lot of us don't know how to prioritize. And me personally, what I've learned to do that works for me is as I start getting more money, I still, keep in the back of my head that I don't have that money. I take it out of my head that I have that money. Does that make sense? So what I tend to do is either like I think I kind of touched base on it a little bit last time out. What I do is either I'll set up a direct deposit to my brokerage account and put whatever percentage more that I'm actually getting, so that way I don't have that money available to me in my spending account. So that way I'm kind of tricking my brain to believe that I'm broke, so I don't spend that money. So I'm being a little okay. This is how I'm a plan, so I can have more money. I'm tricking my brain to believe that I actually don't have the money, even though I have it going directly to a brokerage account where I'm gonna use it for something else, like buy a stock or. And sometimes what I would also do is I would set like a reminder, or like I would set like for my account to buy a stock in a future date that I know I'll get paid that day, so that it can take it completely out of my account, so that it won't be available to me. Because if you, I mean, you already know it's harder to want to sell a stock that you already bought compared to wanting to spend the money that's there that you haven't yet used. Because if you already bought the stock and you see that's doing good, you're going to be reluctant to sell it. Does that make sense?
yeah,
But if you leave the money there, you're just going to spend it. Does that make sense?
yeah,
So that's what I try to do, that kind of sort of start helping me out a lot. But we all need to have that more control. I wish I had a little bit more control on that as well. Not gonna lie, I've had times where I was still transferred to or have my direct deposit go directly into my brokerage account, but still end up spending that money or partial of that money. And I still need to improve on that as well. So I completely agree. The lifestyle is something that creeps up on us, like you said, lifestyle creep. By not watching our investment or not watching our money. Or I think I don't know who said it. It's a really important quote. You either control your money or controls you, or something like that.
yeah. You're right. I do the same thing. I got a few like automatic payments into my brokerage a few times a month, right?
Right,
So I don't even like have to think about it because if it's sitting there in my account, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't put this in my stocks, right? Maybe I should just
right, right.
do something else with it. So, but if it's just automatic, I don't have to think about it. It just automatically goes into my
It's already there, right? It's already there, so it's almost like a automatic step that you no longer have to even think about, because it's already automatically taken by the system because you set up a direct deposit to directly go there. But my break is ending here, bro. We can continue this discussion tomorrow, and I definitely want to touch a little bit base more on that, on the distractions, because there's a lot of other things that can distract us a lot. And I don't think we have an issue with it per se, but I think other people our age, or people who are trying to hit the same goals that we are aiming for, may have issues with it, like gaming. But that would be a subject for another day. We could talk about that later on.
I think we sometimes we could have like sometimes we do get distracted a lot, and like both of us, I think we do, and I know that I get distracted a lot sometimes. Like I was saying, like I need to really focus, especially this year because I'm trying to hit my goals. So
Right. But all right, man. Peace, and like I said, we can continue tomorrow. And yeah, I'm gonna see you then, bro.
sure. So
Peace out, bro.